2, get in that vehicle.
Will go. Ready.
Just checking some. Oh, they're not going to actually hear me. Anyone's here? Anyone see anything? Pop something in the chat. Well, yeah, this is as much an experiment for me as it is for anything else. Bit of a weird one, all to myself. Trying to see whether this has actually gone or not. Again, don't know whether any of this is being recorded or anyone can hear me. Steering with the keyboard. It's really not that good. I need to get my wheel out somewhere. Anyway, this is Bovington Beta 32 or something. There's still some issues, odd bits of road smoothing, which you'll see up here. I think it drops away in that corner for some reason. But it's not unrealistic for British roads in my experience. Just entering the 25-meter range area. Again, there's going to be road markings and all sorts of stuff down here. Just jump out. A couple of people that have helped me test this, giving me lots of feedback. Expect what's useful for training purposes. Hence why I added the ranges in. When I started this, and Mike Phoenix suggested doing it. I kind of just wanted something to drive around on. I wasn't going to put buildings down, I wasn't going to really add trees or anything, it was just somewhere to test vehicles. And that kind of, oh, the other side's a grenade range, by the way. And it just kind of spiraled from there. I have no idea whether this is streaming properly to Twitch or not, and whether it's recording anything, I don't know. Actually, that's a point, just check it on the app. There we go, just give me a second. I really can't tell. Yeah, I would say it appears to be streaming. It says I've got one follower in here, one person viewing, but does that really? Which? Second go. Well, it appears to be going live. Bow to that one. Well, it appears to be going live. Oh, I can hear myself. Bow to that one. Well, it appears to be going live. Oh, I can hear myself. Bow to that one. Well, it appears to be going live. Oh, I can hear myself. Bow to that one. Well, it appears. Okay, that was too fucking freaky. Need to sort that out. I don't quite know what's causing that. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out where I am. Right, so let's go backwards. Back where we. So I need to put the road descriptors down. Still whippy bits. Bits of the fences are missing and misaligned. I had loads of problems with that. You'll see the odd tree on the wrong side of the fence. Which I don't think it's a major problem personally. Tried to make it feel very British, sort of countryside kind of thing. It's got the main area. I don't know that I succeeded, the roads are too wide, but having said that, if you put narrow roads on, the AI get very upset and don't go around corners and things. Get wedged, so swings and roundabouts. Again, if you drive down the real Bovington, go and have a look on Google Earth and compare this. It's nothing like it. It's similar, but there's tunnels of trees and all sorts of things I can't recreate without killing FPS. And streaming with pretty much everything on Ultra right now. Yeah, weird sounds, lots of things, but I'm streaming 35, 40 FPS, sorry. About a 4K view distance. Everything's set to Ultra. There's no point going past 4K on this because it's a 4K map. You could probably put it down to 2, and it wouldn't hurt you. There's no point trying to fly anything over this because it takes 30 seconds to cross the entire map. Do have an helicopter training base, which we'll put later. just trying to find the way across. I can ram the gates down. Here we go. Here we go. Right. I know I've just spotted a fence, but yeah, we're missing at least one fence post there, so that needs to win. Let's just go down the country lanes. Yikes. I say, I'm using the keyboard, not using the mouse or anything, so it's a little bit digital. Right, so this obviously needs smoothing. See that. And this is just one of the slide roads on the main trek. So
Form line.
you can see we're on the main south route here, just down here, and this glute. This is the main area, main test tracks. It's also what's up here. It's common. That's for. I'll be better prepared the next time I do this. I think. I can't remember what it's called, and if I haven't put the labels on the maps. Anyway, so let's get back on the main track. So I don't know why, but there's obviously a very wide concrete track around Bovington. So obviously Bovington is a test and evaluation centre. It's perfect for racing, it's great for testing vehicles. We've had some fun. I've done a couple of multiplayer sessions with the Derby guys. Racing stock cars as much as anything else. I had a load of fun. Introduced Americans to a roundabout, which was really, really, really funny. Do need some road signs. Here's the roundabout. That scared everybody. Nobody understood what that was all about. I had to explain, which was again pretty surreal. Someone told me there's like 6 roundabouts in the entirety of America or something silly, which I don't know is true, but very purple. It's supposed to be heather, moorland sort of bits. Again, another little lay-by thing, which if you go and look online, look on Google Earth, you'll see lots of these weird little structures and things. This, well, that needs leveling a bit, doesn't it? This is essentially to simulate a loading onto a train car. Now, in reality, there is actually a proper train car there, and rails and stuff. But I didn't want to model a train car. I may at some future point if I get that anal about accuracy. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Coming up, sharp left. Well, left-hander coming. I haven't managed to roll these, which is surprisingly easy. Now, just put the brakes on that. This area to my right here is a manoeuvring area, so I'm guessing it's drive around cones and learn how to do whatever. I've been around this area once, about 2009, doing some research stuff down there for a project, a military project. I got to drive I got to drive a Panther, not a prepped Panther, I've got to say, but it was a green job, half the stuff on it. Briefly across the centre area, which is to our right. Again, not hugely accurate bits this, but what I will say is vehicle washing pans, fuel prep area, the big clean off area. Some more custom bits to be made on this, but I've largely used stock stuff. Again, vehicle clean, wash pan area. You drive through this after going out there, which is obviously not a good thing because I've just sunk the car.
Roger.
Let's restart that. Thou shalt not drive through 2 meter deep puddles. This is not a. Should we take? Yeah, I'm gonna take the Prowler because it's easy. Get.
2. Get in that vehicle.
Just means I can go external.
Ready.
So right. I did a little bit of an Easter egg giveaway there, but what the hell. We're in the eastern side of the map at the moment, about halfway up, which is 2 kilometers. It's a 4,096 meter map. The terrain pitch is 1 meter per pixel. What else do you want to know? Again, dry stone walls, short ones, you can climb over them. I didn't want to do anything too big to upset too many people, but let's go across the fields. The idea is to block certain things and break up the terrain a little bit. Not sure these actually work as in they don't kind of make sense where they are and what they are. Well, they were kind of weak. Supposed to be reeds for watery areas, but we'll see. Just have a drive around, eh? I'm finding bugs all the time with this. It's, I say this is, I think, 32, version 32. It crashed, it fell over, you know, I sneezed loudly and it died. I've had file corruptions. I've realised that I can do things in a much better way, so that's, and I've either remade or rebuilt part of the terrain. Let's go, let's do the northern run round. The number of times I've rebuilt it is actually kind of frightening. It probably represents 10 or 12 versions. And each time I did it, the first few times I did it out of frustration, I'll be honest, I exported what I put down and just rebuilt because I didn't quite understand how Terrain Builder was doing things, and it was lagging and randomly crashing and whatever, and eventually I rebuilt my entire PC and it's got a lot more stable. But yeah, it was a little bit annoying, shall we say. But I've learned a few things. Learned a few things that I didn't know before. I don't normally do terrains. I've been tinkering with them for years. And sorry, his phone's just pinged. I'm not being control of it. It's just driving away. So interesting. I thought set it up so it goes up on Twitter, but there we go. I am not a streamer. I don't really do social media bits. Yeah, anyway, okay, terrain builder. So I'm trying to make this interesting. I am going to waffle through the entire time, so if anyone objects to me waffling, then sorry. But, you know, it's what the hell. Yeah, I got so frustrated to rebuild the PC, just from random crashes, thinking it was something to do with the software, and it's not. Or at least nothing to do with the full configuration. Something to do with the individual bits of software. It's not the operating system or sense of the operating system. Right, we're in the northwest corner. It's like I say, it's a small map, so you're going to get across it. This is actually a farm in reality, with a nice big shed. I've turned it into, well, I'll rephrase that. My godson turned it into a helicopter base. This is his contribution. He's 13, thought it looked cool. It's kind of a little, he says it's based off a base in Afghanistan that he's seen. Pictures of a base in Afghanistan, so I'll bow to him for that one. I do think this is kind of cool. He's had fun in Eden. One of the nicest things they discovered was that you can actually do stuff in Eden and export it to Terrain Builder, which was a pleasant relief, which meant that some people can place other things. A couple of friends, Farsight has placed a few objects. I might run a competition to sort of find the Easter eggs or something, I don't know. Not entirely sure what we can do as a prize, but you know, that'd be kind of fun. Where my phone is pinging all the time now. It's actually a friend. Yeah, so let's go down to the main area because you don't really want to see the outside bits, do you? Yeah, there's odd things like that. If you go back, brakes on this suck, really need improvement. It's got 3 identical trees there. Again, something that I've started to learn properly with Terrain Builder and Terrain Processor is the grouping. I need to adjust that for individual objects. Again, this is perhaps more what I was going for in terms of the corridor, the road. If anyone knows what British roads are like, kind of get the feel that the trees are almost growing over the roads. There's crossroads here. Let's just take that. This is the northern area. This is actually really farmland and like civilian areas. There's not much military in it. Once you go kind of halfway down the map, you get onto the proper area. Again, I should be more prepared. I don't know what the road names are, the road designation. Not off the top of my head anyway. I've been up for at least, I'm going to say 18 hours at this point. Didn't get much sleep the night before, so ramble, waffle. Gosh. I'm going to try not to swear. I've marked this entire channel as not safe for kids or mature audiences or whatever the phrase is. But I swear too much so in real life, so I'm trying to stop. So you'll hear Fluffy Bunny and things like that. I don't know. Does anybody else talk to themselves when they do these? Because I'm just trying to make it interesting to watch and listen. Normally do videos, and I started doing a video this morning. I couldn't be bothered. There we go. this is something I don't like. This is the random world stuff. Let's go down the road down here. See that? That's all outside the edge of the perimeter of the map, and I just think it looks better than the flat open terrain, and it helps with performance in terms of blocking view distance, so it doesn't try and draw through infinity. I do think it just looks a bit meh. So right, we are now heading south, and we are on the northeastern edge of the map. This is the main dividing road we're just turning onto now. I am British. I drive on the proper side of the road, the left side of the road, and I'm now sat on the wrong side of the car. But because the steering wheel is on the wrong side of the car, I have this urge to drive as though I would in France. I've driven in lots of different countries. The craziest being India. India is just insane. I've ridden motorcycles across America and like all over Europe, and I wanted to do a long way around kind of thing. Never did that. Still time, but you never know. Sorry, I am genuinely waffling at this point. So here you go. We've literally gone 2/3 of the way across the map. I'll turn around and I'll come back and I'll explain what we're going to do in a moment. Just let me get to the bottom. There's a lot of people ask me what I'm going to do with this, and what I think people want or whatever. I've asked a lot of people precisely that question. So right, we are now, there you go, southwest corner of the map. The area to the right here is going to be essentially a barrack space. Mike wants to fill that up. So what Mike and I have decided to do, because Mike originally said that he was going to place all the objects if I put the map in, and it didn't go that way. The tools are not set up for collaboration. I have to be honest. But Mike's had other things to do, so we have to give us a break on this one. This area in the centre, with the long finger going out to the right, you can see where the cursor is. Mike is going to populate that bit, so I'm not going to touch that. And this bit below here is going to be where the barracks bits are. Mike wants to do the buildings for those. I doubt they're going to be enterable, but there'll be interesting things to fight around. I am going to leave this space open here so that you can do whatever you like. Now, I don't know, it's currently relatively flat. There's some wobbly, some up and downy bits. You can see it there, you go. This is actually the married quarters housing. There's a school here, there's all sorts of stuff in reality. But I kind of had the idea if I'm going to level bits of it off and kind of put arena space down so that you can create your own, so you can rearrange it, you can place your own buildings and things. These are leftovers from the placement things that I did previously. They'll be gone shortly. So I've forgotten what the name of this place actually is now. This is like the main tank refurbishment and centre. Like I say, I've been awake for most of like the last 24 hours. I'm a bit zombied. I will be better prepared the next time we do this, but sorry, I just got another text message. Yeah, as you can see, I've tried to make this as realistic as possible in terms of how it feels. That is incredibly hard to do, and anybody that makes realistic maps, proper, very immersive maps, I take my hat off to you. It's so hard to do something that is believable, and the ground clutter of this, it really makes a huge difference. Too many trees, but that shouldn't be on that path. I like to think I've done a good job. People that play with it have said they've done a good job, but anybody that actually has the time to go and make a map that feels so realistic, there are very few that have done it. I'm sorry. Sounds I take my hat off to you. It's amazing. Map making is one of the most frustrating things I've ever done, and I applaud anybody that sits down and does it. But anybody that can make a map feel real and not sterile, and lived in, and I just think he's a genius. I think it's amazing. It's so hard to do world building, and Ivan Butka and the rest of the best team that do it, I just think are amazing. The patience they have is fantastic. Recently, Sydney gifted me Contact, and it's the first time I've played on Livonia. I didn't buy it before because I didn't feel it was value for money, not for what I wanted. The map is good, the map is beautiful, as I had to say. It's something that I was in awe of. But the way that I play and the people that I play with, it isn't something that the type of scenario isn't something we'd play. Flashing buildings, we'll come to that in a moment. So what I tried to do is place buildings in where the real placeholder buildings where the real buildings are. I'm not necessarily going to make them all. This giant flashing monstrosity in front of us, the white monstrosity, there is another building coming in, and that flashing bit is a real problem. It's a bug, I don't know. But this is a multi-part building that I've started to make, and it looks great in O2. But again, this will be huge. I'm going to have some big floodlights on the top, so it'll hopefully illuminate inside. Be fairly repetitive. I'm going to get some... I have an idea about making structures, internal structures that fit around these, that you can vary a bit. There'll be a mezzanine up the top and a crane, possibly, I don't know. And obviously the geometry will work. And the doors, the shutter doors will open, close. Again, custom placeholder objects. There'll be some other bits and pieces around here, but again, I've used most of the industrial objects. There'll be a lot of contained things to. But again, it's that thing about how do you make something feel real, and it's very hard to do. So, to the main gatehouse. There is some custom objects, there's some custom fences and things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it so the gates are pretty much always open. You can close the gates, or you will be able to close the gates, but the AI just bashed them down as it stands right now anyway, so... Yeah, okay. So, if you look at Bovington on Google Earth, you will see there are tons of puddles. There are, you know, ponds and all sorts of runs and things. I've tried to recreate it. The water texture, yes, you can swim in it on the system. The water texture is whip. It is very much whip. By the time it's finished, it is going to be dark and grim and muddy and nasty. The idea is that you're going to test vehicles on it. You're going to run tanks and things. I used to go off-roading years ago. I've had Land Rovers had mates with Land Rovers my entire life. Always mucked around in them. Oh. There's lots of things like this. Because I do make vehicles and Mike makes vehicles, there are things here that are designed to test the suspension, to test AI maneuverability and like that. I'm not the greatest driver in this game. I'm not a driver in the real world. I drive like a granny. To be honest, I have a VW Touareg 3-litre V6 monster that I love. I've had Discoveries and Range Rovers and all sorts. I tend to drive at or just slightly below the speed limit. I'm boring. I used to ride, I've still got it actually, on the Blackbird CBR 1100, and that kind of got all my speed need for speed out of me in my 20s and 30s. 47, 48, 48, I think 48 soon. Senile, getting old. I don't really tend to carry. I just checked the time on this. We've been driving around for 37 minutes and we've not even come to gun bits. Okay, so placeholder gates, placeholder barrier, placeholder gates, placeholders bits there. Let's go back out onto the main range. Oh, yeah, yeah. You're gonna want to see this. It's a key feature of Bovington. Everybody that drives by it, and you Google it, you can see it's the knife edge. Now I'm gonna up out to this. I have just floored it. Now 100 kph, 60 mile an hour. Whee! Bang. In reality, you would be a pancake. Your suspension would no longer be suspension. Your dampers would have blown. But it's fun. Try and get a tank up there, get a properly set up tank up there, and it is so hard to do and keep the momentum. It's fun. It's that alone, and this next bit up here, I think it's worth all the pain and all the effort that I've gone through to get this set up. Right. Now, there's little bits like this, right? So let's look at this. Now, like I said, it's a 4096 by 4096 map. The pixel size. The pitch between vertices is 1 meter. I don't want to smooth things out too much, but things like this will still exist, and please don't moan about them, because they are there to test the vehicle. Some are a happy accident, some are intentional. The ones that are downright ridiculous I've removed and cleaned up. But the idea is that you're going to be able to either learn to drive the vehicles, or in my case, set the vehicle up so that it drives better. It can cope with all the terrain and all the nonsense. So we're on the main test area now. So again, puddles will change. They do slow you down. They do mess you up. Some of the puddles are very deep. You got to remember, in the real world, tanks are driving through these, and where there's water it tends to be soft earth, and where there's, I don't know, 50, 60 ton tanks, they tend to end up digging holes. Where these ponds are, where these things are. There are lots of these around. Again, I think I've just seen my lowest FPS at the moment of 32, 31, 32. I am streaming at full HD as well. You know, big hole, not the deepest. But if you go blatting through some of these, you are going to crash your vehicle because some of them are quite steep. Yeah, here we go. Again, I've got to change the sat map a little bit because that's way too pink, and some of the clutter does weird things. Again, got really lucky with the height map data, I'll be honest. Some of this is tweaked, but the majority of it is from DEFRA, which is Department for Agriculture, UK. And they released a load of digital terrain maps. So I got lucky with Bovington. Just had to work out where I was then. I spent so much time on this, you think I know my way around, but I've changed all the trees and things recently, so the normal landmarks have kind of changed. I will say, again, this place in real life is covered in gorse bushes and smudges. One of the lads that's been helping us out, pointed out that he remembers being given a large armoured vehicle by Her Majesty, and then being told he has to walk across it and tap across it, and getting ripped to shreds with the gorse bushes. I can't find anything that is reminiscent of a gorse bush on any of the stock foliage. The closest I came was this thing up here, and it's a tree. It's not a fucking gorse, but I didn't want to kill the FPS so much. I'm back up to 41 FPS, still streaming at full HD. Normally I get 50 to 60, or actually more. Right, so again, there's little tracks and little areas that are just fun. Really, I just thought these are kind of cool, and it makes infantry games interesting. There are other areas like this that are ponds and things that you can splash through if you like, but there are some of these areas down here. Green clashes really badly with that purple. So this is designed or intended to be a bridging area. Now, when Mike finally does the bridges that he's been talking about doing, this is where we can test them and mess around with them. This is Titan. Yeah, it's Titan. Yes, Titan for the British Army. Tired, very tired. This does actually exist in the real world. If you go and look at Google Earth, you'll be able to find this. And you'll probably see a bridge across it on the sat images I did last time I looked. It's a really nice, funky area. Like I say, I drove around this, I was going to say 2009, 2010 possibly, in a Panther. I've got to say, Panther's not very big inside, with all the kit in. And I'm a big guy, I'm 6 foot, and I'm quite broad. I'm now very fat, but I used to be bigger mostly. I bang my head a lot, which is why they gave you a helmet. On the original test drive, I was in the passenger seat, and then I was given the opportunity to drive, and the driver's got much more grip. But I'd have a Panther, I'd have an Iveco LMV. Not sure about the Panther, because it's a 7.5 ton vehicle in a what's designed to be a 3 ton chassis, with a 3 litre engine on it, which in my tow rag, my car, 3 litre V6, not a problem. I think it's a 3 litre straight 6 in the LMV. It's sluggish. Again, very pink. That needs to change on the sat mask. Sat map. Maneuvering area. Let's go back down here. There's some reservoir ponds and things. we started off? Yeah, we started off as a vehicle firing points. There's actually a 1600 meter range to the north. So we're just coming up onto the vehicle wash area. That barrier shouldn't be there. That is just a leftover. This is again where we started from. This is vehicle fueling, repair and cleanup. You can see the fuel pumps there. Between the fuel pumps and this yellowy bit will be some screens and there'll be jet wash places, but unless somebody wants to script me a jet wash, you ain't getting a jet wash. These are normally just parking stands, garages for repair, prep and test centre, I think. Again, made it look alright. I'm not going to say any of this is realistic. Direction now. B. I don't know whether I've just bust the wheels on this or the front was always sinking into them because it always seems to be too low. I've just got a puncture. So that's the door to the main gate, and this is a mistake. Again, not necessarily everything's fixed, that needs sorting. This is going down to what would be the barracks, and I think Allenby Barracks, I think it is. That's not the name of. No, Mike's area to play with. And again, I don't know what we're going to do in this, but we're going to stay fairly true to what's down there. But there will be some fictional bits. We can't be expected 100% accurate. Anyway, I've been waffling for 47 minutes. Hopefully this is recorded. And this is Bovington. And as we go, things go on. I'll perhaps do another video with a couple of us racing around it. I don't know. The main track circuit is great fun for racing. But yeah. 48 minutes and 19 seconds this has been running. So we shall see. I mean, one final thing. The intent is really just for me to test my stuff on here and Mike test it on. As time goes on, there's say other things. There's wiring ranges. If you want to use it as a training area or you want to see something on here, let me know. If it doesn't cause a problem, what we've already done or what I want to do, I may add it, you never know. Thank you very much for watching. I am going to get some food and have a rest. See you later.